We begin this election night with what's become an edge of your seat race for Tulsa mayor. Glad to have you with me. I'm Karen Larson. Let's get right to those results. With every update, newcomer Brent VanNorman kept drawing closer to Karen Keith and Monroe Nichols. When the last vote was in, we want to show you the results right now. I'll put them on the screen for you right now. I can tell you there were basically hundreds of a percent of a difference, just a few hundred votes between Karen Keith, Monroe Nichols, and Brent VanNorman. You can see it there, 18,729 to Karen Keith's 18,457. That makes it a true nail biter. That means that Nichols and Keith will be moving on to a runoff. Now, it has been a nail biter, especially this past hour. 2 News anchor Naomi Kidd is at Karen Keith's watch party for us. And Naomi, Keith came into the race with top name recognition. What are they saying after tonight?
Karen, the message after tonight is it's time to set their eyes on November as they look at the runoff between Karen Keith and Monroe Nichols. I'm in the Stokely Event Center. You can see it started to clear out, but at its height, there were hundreds of people, hundreds of supporters here, and all eyes were glued to these results all night long. Karen, as you just mentioned, those results were very, very close between these three candidates. I asked Karen Keith about that with top name recognition coming into this race, knowing that the races tonight, were so close, neck and neck. I asked her if that's what she was expecting coming into today. She said she didn't know what to expect. It is a primary race, and now all of their focus and all of their attention will be on November. I want you to take a look at some of the video my photographer and I were able to get as Karen was meeting with her supporters here at the Stokely Event Center today. She just talked with her supporters within the last 20 minutes, reiterating her endorsements from the FOP and from firefighters. She said it is not a partisan effort to get the job of mayor done, but it's the work in the middle to come together that really is going to set her apart. Within just the last 10 minutes, I got a chance to talk with her about what her focus is heading into November and what would set her apart from the other candidates. I want you to take a listen.
I think that I've shown this community that I know how to get things done. And I think when you look at other candidates and you truly look to see what have they actually done, I think there's a deep divide.
I also spent the night listening to supporters at the watch party here, the hundreds of people. I wanted to know why they wanted Karen to lead the city. One woman told me her track record speaks for itself.
She has proven to be a leader for all people, and that's why I'm here.
And as the Stokely Event Center clears out this evening with just a few supporters standing by, they tell me all eyes again are on November as they work to renew their campaign heading into that runoff with Monroe Nichols. We're reporting live in Tulsa. I'm Naomi Kidd, 2 News, Oklahoma.
All right, thank you, Naomi. Now, State Representative Monroe Nichols and his team will also be planning strategy for that runoff. Let's head now to 2 News anchor Erin Christie. She's at Nichols' watch party. Erin, what are you hearing?
Well, Karen, you said it many times. What a night, what an exciting night for all of the candidates. And here, there was so much excitement, it was difficult to hear at some point. People were refreshing their phones so often, asking other people to refresh their phones in case they had an update quicker than the other. And it took a long time for Representative Nichols to show up. If you want to go ahead and take the video of when he showed up, which was about 8:45, he was off-site watching those precinct numbers come in. And as you said, it was so close. He started immediately when he walked in by greeting his son Gavin, and then thanked his supporters, very enthusiastic supporters, I might add, and told them, you know, a lot of people thought Karen Keith was a shoo-in. He was out fundraised multiple times, but he thanked his supporters for not stopping and keeping plugging away.
I hope that you're as proud as I am. And I hope that you're ready to get up tomorrow and ready to fight and ready to knock and ready to call, because November will be here before you know it. And what do we know about November?
We win. You're going to win.
November is all about making history.
There was a lot of school representation here tonight, administrators, board members, former Mayor Kathy Taylor, who endorsed him, and she is now at the University of Tulsa. But members of the community who are supportive of him were here as well. And we spoke to Olivia Martin, who says that she voted for him because of his dedication to education.
And Monroe cares so much about partnering and working with Tulsa Public Schools to support families and kids. He is warm, he's experienced, he looks everyone in the eye and listens. He is exactly what we need in Tulsa.
It is finally starting to quiet down now here at Fulton Street Books. That's a good thing if you're Representative Nichols, because he was urging everyone to hit the ground running with those door knocks and support for him starting in the morning. Back to you, Karen.
All right, thank you, Aaron. Now, Republicans threw a lot of support at Brent VanNorman, a businessman and lawyer who moved here in 2021. He clearly identified himself as Republican in the nonpartisan race. Now, Tunis, Oklahoma's Brody Myers is at his watch party, and Brody, he missed the runoff by less than 450 votes.
Yeah, Karen, there was a lot of excitement in the room tonight throughout the night as they kept on seeing those numbers came in, kept on drawing closer and closer and closer. Just could not get it, as he told one supporter, close but no cigar. Brent VanNorman's campaign lasted just 90 days, but it caught some steam quickly. Signs started popping up all across Tulsa in support of him. Just about 100 voters packed into this Midtown house tonight that I'm standing right outside. And the sentiment from them, VanNorman is an outsider with a different perspective. During tonight's watch party, I listened to Pamela Heisek's thoughts.
He has a real heart for our city. So I was very interested in someone who could actually take the reins and do something good for our city.
And they later told me he's considering a recount. They're going to look at the results overnight and see what they can do from there. But after that, it feels like they will go with what the results have come in, and it'll move on to a recount of Monroe Nichols and Karen Keith. He said he wants to thank all of his supporters.
Finishing 1 and 2. It's incredible how close it was with us having 90 days, and we spent about a quarter of what the other side did.
All of his supporters, again, right there in just a 90-day campaign. As for what's next, he says he's going to focus on getting other Republican candidates around Green Country elected. He's going to take a couple days off over the Labor Day weekend and move forward from there. He says he does not know who he's going to support in the runoff between Nichols and Keith. Reporting in Midtown Tulsa, I'm Brody Myers, 2 News, Oklahoma.
Now, all 9 of the Tulsa City Council positions were on the ballot. 3 longtime councilors chose not to run again. And here's what voters decided tonight. In District 1, longtime councilor Vanessa Hall Harper easily held off a challenge from Dr. Angela Chambers. She earned better than 66% of the vote. Now in District 2, there you go, that's District 1. Let's move on to District 2. Jeannie Q decided not to run again, setting up a big field of candidates there. And tonight, that race is heading to a runoff. Anthony Archie drew the most votes with 41%. Stephanie Riesdorf was next with 19.6. Now, as you can see, the remaining candidates, Ritter, Bisogno, and Reverend Casey, drawing double-digit support, but not enough to land them in the runoff. And in District 3, the City Council, Jackie Dutton and Susan Frederick ran to fill Krista Patrick's post when she decided not to run again. Dutton came out the victor with 54%. Incumbent Laura Bellis easily fending off a challenger in Aaron Griffith. Here are the numbers in District 4. In the final tally, Bellis bringing in 3 times the number of votes. And District 5 is another open seat that's going to bring back a former city councilor. Karen Gilbert landed 64% of the support over Alicia Andrews. Councilor Grant Miller did not run for re-election. Meantime, in District 6, Uriah Davis went up against incumbent Chris Bengal for this council seat. But in the end, Bengal held on to his position with 70% of the voters saying yes to another term for the incumbent. And District 7 incumbent Lori Dector Wright, she failed to land the majority vote she needed for another term. She's going to head into a runoff with Eddie Huff, who landed almost 44% of the vote. Meantime, in District 8, Longtime counselor Phil Lakin easily fended off Chris Cohn to return to office for another 2-year term with 69% support. Cohn, however, did manage nearly 31%. And there's also going to be a runoff in the District 9 City Council race. Former State Representative Carol Bush leading the pack, while incumbent Jamie Fowler, who briefly considered a run for mayor, struggled in his bid to return to the council. Now, those city councilors will be getting more money to do the job. Voters were all for giving pay raises to them. Their salaries will go from $24,000 to $32,000 a year when they're sworn into office December 2nd.
Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Brandon Woolley. A clear and quiet night. We're looking at clear conditions, as you can see right now on our Wade's RV weather camera network, though some increasing clouds on the way once again for tomorrow on your Wednesday. Temperatures right now into the 70s and 80s, including 85 degrees in Tulsa. So clear skies down to 81 at 1, down into the upper 70s at 2, with light winds all less than 10. Hot through Thursday, cold front still scheduled to come in by Friday. We'll talk about those changes on your 10-day in a few minutes.
Back to the election results now. Oklahoma voters decided the fates of tens of millions of dollars in school bonds tonight, too. In Grove, school leaders lobbied hard for a nearly $10 million bond to build, equip, repair, and remodel school buildings. That was on the ballot. Nearly 67% of voters approved it. Gore voters agreed to the largest investment in education in town history, nearly $12 million bond, passing 2-1. One mom says she's excited to get a new elementary school, and she says it's about time.
Cafeteria, it's just a one Band-Aid after the other. The roof completely needs replaced. HVAC, gone. The bathrooms are not a place you want to send your kindergarten students to go to the bathroom.
The district hopes to have the new elementary ready for students by the fall of 2027. Collinsville Public Schools had high hopes that voters would say yes to two propositions. Prop 1, a $93 million bond to build, repair, and remodel school buildings and equip them. The vast majority of Collinsville voters, 75%, said yes.
Portable classrooms. We've brought those in last school year. We had to bring in several more this school year just to deal with the growth and trying to keep our class sizes manageable for our staff. And so we're at the point that we can't continue to lease portable classrooms.
Voters also agreed to a $2 million bond for buses and transportation equipment. Only 23% said no. Proposition 2 is a $2 million bond for school buses and transportation needs. Now, don't go anywhere. Our election coverage continues after the break, with one Green Country sheriff breathing a sigh of relief tonight, winning by less than 3 dozen votes.
And when we could see high temperatures into the 70s on your extended forecast up next.
Your first forecast, sponsored by Burgraff Disaster Restoration.
Tier News Oklahoma bringing you even more election results now. In Oklahoma House District 98, which covers Broken Arrow and Tulsa and Wagner counties, another very close race. Incumbent Dean Davis losing his seat to Gabe Woolley by just 28 votes. Davis made headlines, you'll remember, last year when he was arrested in Oklahoma City for public intoxication. Christy Gillespie will soon be a voice for Broken Arrow in the state Senate. This was Nathan Dom's former seat. Term limits preventing him from running again. The unofficial results showing Shelley Wardney with 44%. And now there was an upset in the state Senate District 3 covering Wagner, Cherokee, and Mays counties. Dr. Julie McIntosh easily defeating longtime Senator Blake Cowboy Stevens, winning 61% support. Now, the Wagner County Sheriff's race is proof that every vote counts. Only 35 votes separating longtime Wagner County Sheriff Chris Elliott from the former deputy who wanted the top job, Tyler Cooper. Elliott took 50.2% of the vote.